us the process. And um, thank you all for being here. This film started when we worked together on our previous film, Dirty God, and I thought she was such an amazing actress, and we traveled the world together, and she told me so many stories that I found beautiful and interesting that I thought let's make another film together. So that's how it started, and then I wrote a script, but this was a film that is like, for me, it was very important that I wanted some freedom in it. We had like a very, very minimal crew. We had a very minimal budget as well. But what I wanted was as much time as was possible, so we could sort of explore and play with the material and improvise around it. So that is a bit how it came about.
Great, thank you for sharing that. Please, if you have any questions, just raise your hands. And yes, we have one question over there.
Hi, thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I'm very speechless, and I'm very grateful for all your hard work and for bringing this lovely, beautiful film to life.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I want to ask, how did the choice of Southend-on-Sea come about? Because it's a lovely seaside town in England. Yeah, thank you.
That is sort of, so part of it, this film is loosely based upon Vicky's life. It is not 100%, everything is not her life, but this part, that she fell in love with a woman who brought her to Southend, was true. So we filmed it in the hometown where Vicky lives, in Dagenham and in Southend, and we filmed it with her real sister, of course, Charlotte, who's here, and her real brother, Billy, and her nephew.
And I would like to ask, actually, both of you, how was it working together?
Never again. No, I want to say thank you all for staying. I know it's quite late and all. Working with my sister was just absolutely amazing. I mean, having the opportunity anyway just to tell my life story, and to have my sister, my brother as well, and my nephew also is in the film, and it was just an incredible. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you.
Charlotte, would you do it again, acting?
Yeah,
Like-
I would. Yeah, I definitely would do it again. Yeah, it was an experience, definitely. Yeah, no, it was definitely an experience, especially with working with my family. I think that's what made it even more special. Definitely.
Did you discover things about each other that, while working on the film and being part of the script and sharing your story, did you feel that you discovered something about each other that you didn't know before, or that you didn't speak about?
No, I don't think so, because we're very close. Like, there's 6 of us. So, yeah, we are the sort of closest in our family, so we share everything, we know everything, we do everything together. Even making the film. So, yeah, no, not really. Not really.
A question over here?
Hello, hi. Thank you so much for the film. Honestly, that was amazing, and yeah, I'm still gathering my thoughts about it. It was really special. But what I was wondering is if you could expand on the improvisation, because a lot of that felt so natural, and if it was scripted, then that's incredible, because it did feel like it was really happening, and that sounds ridiculous. Of course it was happening as a film, but it felt very natural, and I'm just wondering how much of it was improvised, if there was some fun things where you just let it roll and see what happens, and yeah, so that's sort of my question.
Thank you. Well, we improvised a lot. like I wrote the script and then we sort of let go of it. Some scenes are really like really scripted and they do exactly the lines, but a lot of it was just sort of okay, it's about this, and we just play with it. And Vicky, I of course knew from Dirty God, and Esme I also knew from working on Hannah TV show. So I felt really confident with them too, that they could pull that off and that they would bring funny stuff, amazing stuff. And sometimes it was sort of when they were fighting in the club, for instance, because there was no makeup on set and no wardrobe or anything, so they brought their own clothes every day, and I had to call them like, bring your bikini today. And but then in the club, Esme was shouting at her like, a t-shirt with a zip, how cool is that? Like, you look awful. And Vicky was like, this is really my t-shirt, you know, I love this. So yes, that was all improvised.
Other questions? Yes, over here, please. In the middle.
Thank you. First, I want to say thank you for advocating for working class queer stories, because I feel like it must be really hard to get a film with queer women bankrolled if they don't have ladies in waiting or they're not. I don't know, I feel like I've seen that a million times. So working class stories are really important, I think, in queer cinema especially. It's assumed that working class people aren't gay and gay people aren't working class. So I just want to thank you for that and ask you how much a factor is like working class British life in the story and a motivation for your filmmaking and that kind of thing. Thank you.
Thank you. So it was more the contrast, I think, also with what Esme brought. I think like Vicky's character, Frankie, she's really a fighter. She fights through life and everything is, yeah, she really wants to sort of live and fight. And I think the character of Esme, of Florence, she has much more opportunities in life, but she sort of in the beginning already gave up. But it was sort of that contrast that I found interesting also in their love story. And it also had to do with where they come from themselves. So because I wanted to work with Vicky and I wanted to work with Esme, but I didn't want to change them that much. So I wanted to, yeah, keep that sort of pure and honest, and let them bring their own life stories into this film.
Other questions from the audience? I'd like actually to ask Marleen, producer, about, and I'm very happy that you're here also to be part of the conversation, is first, at which stage of the film did you start working on it, and what it means to you to produce the film?
Well, it was for me and Sacha the fourth film that we did together, so we know each other already for 15 years, or even longer, I think. And it was very special to make this film because it really started as an experiment, and at first there was not even a script. We financed the film based on a 16-page storyline that Sacha wrote. And then when we came, and that was quite special that they had the trust in us, both the BBC and the Netherlands Film Fund, to come on board based on such a small document. But also, of course, because Dirty God was already there, and they saw how good Vicky was in that film, and what Sacha made possible with that. I think that's why they believed that we could pull it off with this. And it was not a high budget, so it was more, it really started as an experiment. But we shot it all during COVID and when Brexit just happened, and that was quite complicated. Yeah, but I'm really happy with the film and how it came about, and we are very proud to be here, and to hear all the responses from the audience is really heartwarming, because we put so much love in the film, and it's really great to get these kind of responses.
Thank you for sharing this. Other questions? I'm sure there are. Don't be shy. Yes.
Thank you. What's the meaning of the title?
Cannabis?
Yes, it's the name of the weed, and for me it has some sort of more poetical meaning in a way that the film should also sometimes feel like a stoned trip, or like that she's very, that she has this tunnel vision and is really focused only on one thing. So that's why I named it Silver Haze.
Why the specific brand?
It's good.
What was the budget and was the weed included?
I think everyone heard that.
We started with 1.2 million, and in the end it was 1.4, but the other 200,000 was all COVID-related extra costs. Yeah. Weed.
The weed was very difficult to get, by the way. It was because I wanted it to be real, and it's of course illegal in the UK. What? Yeah, I said it's illegal in the UK.
Other questions over there, please?
I have a pretty loud voice, so I was just, oh God, okay. As I said, I have a loud voice. So in the story, you don't really resolve who did the fire, and I was just curious if for yourself you have an answer to that, or yeah.
No, we don't have an answer to it. My ultimate life goal at the beginning of when the fire first happened was to find out who did it. But yeah, no, we haven't got any answers, and to be honest with you, I don't really want them, because you know, it is what it is, and I want to make something good out of something bad. So if I'm continuing looking for answers, I'm not going to get anywhere. And I always say to people, if you live in the past, you'll never get to the future. So that's my way forward.
Thank you.
Other questions? So to Vicky and Charlotte, what was it the first time you watched the film here during the festival to start with?
No, we actually got a really lovely viewing in London with my family, with my real mum, and some of the cast and the crew, and we was really nervous because obviously, like, yeah, it's quite personal. So, but yeah.
And what did you feel when you first watched the film? What was your first reaction, both of you?
I think last night was the ultimate thing, and I sat back and I thought, wow, like we've actually done it, you know. But yeah, no, I'm just impressed with what we've made, you know. So.
I think you said fucking banging.
Yeah.
And when we were waiting for the credits to end, and you saw your name, and you were like, "This is me," so it felt like you're very proud of the film. That was you.
That was me. Yeah, no, I'm very, very proud. When I first thought that, I thought I was not gonna lie, so what the fuck? Because I don't like to see myself on camera and hearing myself, so it was a bit like what the fuck. But the second time, I did, yeah. It was amazing. Huh? What? This is also my first time. So.
Other questions? Before I ask, there's a scene that particularly caught my attention, and I thought it was really beautiful, poetic in a way as well, when Leah and your character and Jack go together to swim, and it felt like three characters who are completely different, but at the same time it felt super connected. If you can elaborate more on the scene, because it had a completely different mood from what was happening before, and it set the tone for something different.
Yeah, for me it was an important theme that it was that Frankie finds a sort of patchwork family, and she chooses her family in that, and she loves these people and she feels loved and seen by these people. Filming it was a nightmare, I think. Vicky nearly drowned.
Oh wow.
The cameraman saved her. And you were shouting a lot. It was very cold. Very cold, huh?
The water's disgusting.
You're not a fan of the water, no?
I generally can't swim, and Sacha's got a thing about putting me in water. But whether she enjoys it or not, I don't know. But please stop.
But it looked great, at least. And the choice of Leah's character being a character that's converting into a different religion and becoming more conservative in many ways, I was wondering about the choice of adding this detail to her character.
Yeah, for me, it's also that these characters are lost and they need something to hold on to. And it's the things that happen in the back that are not fully explained. I come from a Turkish family, so I have a lot of this religion in my family and in my life. But I was also curious, in where I live in Amsterdam, there are a lot of Western converted women. And I was sort of interested in that, so I spoke a lot with them. So I was just interested in giving her some hope in her life.
Yeah. Because it feels actually, like you said, that each character is trying to find something, and also the theme of grief is very omnipresent and looking for closure, and you ended the film with her going to see her father. If you want to elaborate a little bit about the ending and why you chose this particular ending and what it means to you as well.
So for me, like, her brother is sort of the future, and the future is hopeful for Frankie. So I love these characters, and I wanted to give them some hope in the future. And I know the film has heavy themes and sometimes heavy scenes, but I think, and they did a great job, in my opinion, to make it also light and funny, and so that there's some balance in that.
What was the question?
It's about the ending and it's what it meant to you as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, forgiveness and moving forward, and, I think the ending is bittersweet. It's kind of like she's had this anger built up for so long, and then, she goes to Florence's, and she kind of gets persuaded by the love with their family, and yeah, it's just a bittersweet moment that, it's just forgiving.
And it's really cute how the little brothers goes, yes, it felt that they speak about you, they love you, and as you said, the hope, the younger brother was very welcoming for her to join the family. Other questions from the audience? Do I see any hands? Okay. I would like to ask you if there's anything that you would like to share or say about the film or about your experience before we close the conversation.
Silver Haze too?
No, I'm just really, really happy and honored to be here with this film. I think Berlin and the Berlinale have such a special place in my heart. I had my first feature here, and I will never forget it. And these few days were like so special to me, and I think also to you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being here is an absolute honour, and to share it with my sister. My brother was here last night, but he went home this morning, and as I said earlier, I'm so proud of these guys, and seeing them on the red carpet last night was just like, we've made it.
You surely did. Congratulations, you surely did.